Hello, everybody. Welcome back. We're here with Jason Solo. Um, he is my pure vanilla build character. No mods of any kind, just the base game and all of the DLC. Some people may say, well, the DLC is modding. Well, because it's downloadable content. Well, no, it expands the vanilla world. It doesn't do anything extra. It's not like the unofficial patch, which actually fixes some errors in the game. Although I did learn that you can actually complete this entire game without the unofficial patch. You might run into a few times where you can't complete a quest, maybe, but apparently that's still not a very often thing, especially if you're doing the main game itself, apparently. I have done a lot of playing without the unofficial patch, and I've done way more playing with the unofficial patch. And the thing I like about the unofficial patch is that it puts all of the Nuka-Colas in the Nuka-Cola machine instead of knocked outside of it or underneath it so you can't access it or anything like that. So that's one of the things I like about the unofficial patch. But yeah, you don't need it to play the game, but a lot of people do say that you do need it. But I've done some research, and there's a lot of people who are like, no, I've played the entire game. I've put 6,000 hours into the game, and I've never used the unofficial patch. I've never had a problem. And then there's others who are like, I've put 20 hours into the game, and it was crashing constantly due to shit, so I have to use the unofficial patch. So I don't know. It seems to vary, but that's not why we're here. We are here because I have observed an ability that I was not certain if it was in vanilla or not. One of the things that, and you can see where we're at right now, we're at 10 Pines Bluff. One of the things that people were saying is that when you go to a settlement that you are unaligned with, you can't drop off your stuff. You can't dump your inventory. You can't dump your junk. You can't dump your food aid items or anything. You just can't dump anything in your inventory into a workbench that you are not aligned with. And I observed something that said, yes, you can. However, those were on modded characters. I had all sorts of mods running, and including the unofficial patch, so I thought, oh, well, maybe it's due to the unofficial patch. I don't know. Maybe it's due to some other mod that I have added, like the FPS fix, which I don't have, because so many of them require you doing things with the actual game files that I get a little nervous about. However, I am running Mod Organizer 2, and that doesn't fuck with the base files, data files. It's a very different way of doing it than Vortex. Vortex injects its own stuff. When you do mods, it injects them into the data files of the game. Mod Organizer 2 doesn't. It performs some weird sorcery that keeps the mods and what they do to the base game separate but intertwined. So you can mod your game, but if you delete mods or remove them or shift them around or something, it's not going to break your game because it's not injected into the data files in the game. It's surfing over them. It's really strange. Anyway, point is, you can dump your stuff into a settlement workbench, even if you're unaligned. So, let me just cruise down here. I came over here and avoided the settlers. The dude has been trying to follow me. You know, Jack, son of a bitch. You'd think with 3 giant cockroaches in this house, so close to where they sleep, you'd think that they would have killed these things a long time ago. I mean, hell, there's a bed here. Apparently this is the guest bed because, again, I am unaligned with this settlement. I have not spoken with anybody here, but I can sleep, which is helpful. But did they do that on purpose? This just popped into my head this very moment. Do they know that there's giant cockroaches here and they say, hey, we got our 2 beds up here, but there's a bed back over here. You can use and sleep there. It's sort of our guest room that's open to the sky, if you don't mind that. Yeah, go back there and you can sleep there. The cockroaches will go and kill them and then we'll have something to eat later. That just kind of dawned on. Are you people cannibals? Ooh, murderous cannibals. I don't know. It was just kind of weird. You'd think they would have cleared out the cockroaches. Anyway, so I am going to share with you guys proof that I am unaligned with these people. Hopefully before that guy comes walking up to me. There you go. You aren't aligned with this settlement. Let me just go back here, pop here, just so you guys can read it again. So I am unaligned with this settlement. I cannot access the workshop. And she's over there, and he is probably in the house. Yep, he's sitting on the chair. I have not spoken with him, but he wants to talk to me, and I got to do the weather. Because I do not want a frame rate hit, which then gets my cooling fans going crazy while I'm recording because it gets loud. But I'm trying to avoid this guy because he is going to say, hey friend, can you help? We got a real situation here. Will you fight the raiders? Now I'm avoiding him because of what I want to show you is right over there. And I want to show that you don't even have to talk to these people. Ugh, fine, I'll get closer. You don't even have to talk to these people in order to do this. You don't have to talk to them. You don't have to start the quest. I really do not want to get any closer because then he'll start talking to me.
You hear what happened to that Abernathy girl? Shot down by raiders.
My heart goes out to those folks.
I pray that never happens here.
You pray that the raiders killing your kid won't happen here. This is your sister. As I understand it, she's his sister. According to the Fallout Bible, the Fallout 4 thing, that they're siblings. So I really hope you don't have kids. Unless, if she's your sister, God, you really shouldn't have kids. If she's your cousin, first cousin is a little iffy, but, third cousin, second cousin, knock yourself out. Okay, so I have just led him on a merry chase, and I should not have done that because I want to get to that workstation. So, let me just have this guy follow me again, damn it. Ooh. Man, red light, green light. Come on. Come on. Just a little bit back over here. Okay. No, actually a little more. A little bit more. Okay, we'll go with that. Run over here. Okay, so as you can see, there's craft and transfer. And I'm going to freeze the screen before the guy can talk to me. Now, this is something that I noticed, but I thought it may have been modded. Either, as I said earlier, either through the unofficial patch or some other mod, USO, UCO, Bob's Iguana Diner, the FPS fix, Boston FPS fix. I don't have those last two, but it could have been a mod. It could have been just one of those little additions that they just threw into a mod. And so you couldn't do anything. If you have a bunch of weight on you and you're trying to get rid of it, and you go to a settlement that you're unaffiliated with, you're just screwed. That's what I learned 6 years ago, and I'd been hearing off and on for the past 6 years. So that's why I am doing this video. In case you've heard that if you are unaligned with a settlement, you can't unload your inventory. You're screwed. Well, that is untrue. This game is, again, as I said, vanilla. Just the game and the DLCs. Maybe they fixed it in the DLCs. But again, when you're buying, nowadays, when you're buying Fallout 4, it pretty much automatically comes with all the DLC now anyway. So, it kind of doesn't matter. You can't really have a non-DLC version of the game anymore. It's just, you pretty much, when you buy Fallout 4, it's the Game of the Year edition, which is all the DLC. So, but, as you may notice, I'm babbling. Here we've got pistols. I'm transferring all of this stuff over, and, well, I don't really want to transfer those things yet. Oh, there we go. I don't need that. That's money. Chef hat, I don't know, I might, fuck it. And bloatfly meat. I'll show you why. And we have to, oh, yes, and here's one proof that this is vanilla and unmodded. Pre-war money is in the junk tab, which is annoying as fuck, because pre-war money should not be junk. It should be over here in miscellaneous. Now there are mods. For example, there's a mod that does put the pre-war money from junk into miscellaneous, so you can, like the folder here, so you can sell it as money and get yourself 8 caps or whatever your charisma is. That little transfer of pre-war money from junk into miscellaneous comes from an armor mod. Armor Smith? I think it's called Armor Smith or something like that. And he's just like, yeah, and I did this little fix, so you don't need to go and do this 1 or 2 other mods that do allow you to have pre-war money put in your miscellaneous, but then it like fucks with other things in the files. His just does a straight transfer. It's a really simple thing. So yeah, that's one way to show that this is vanilla, is that the pre-war money is here under junk. But we're in the junk pile, junk tab, and transfer all. Boom. All the junk is over here. And this cooking station is linked directly to the workbench. So, craft. I can make baked bloatfly, even though I don't have, if you recall. Hopefully dude doesn't come at me again. I have baked bloatfly, but I put 2 bloatfly meat into the workbench. And I gotta get away from this guy. But again, can't search the workshop because we're not aligned. Where are you, dude? Back in the house? Well, you're not near. So, now it says here that I am not allied with the settlement when I enter the cooking station. However, the bloatfly meat that I inserted into the work bench, I now just added baked bloatfly. And I can do the grilled rad roach, mutt chops. Actually, the mutt chops were on me, but so is the rad roach. But I can still use this station. And again, if you ever want to gain access to your stuff again, just walk back to the cooking station, hours, days, months later of gaming. If you continue to stay unallied with this settlement, or any settlement that you discover in the game, you will still get all of your stuff back. Just click transfer and take all. I don't know why it gives me the baton. That's just weird. But I don't want all this stuff. I want to lighten my load from 217 out of 290 carry weight. Give them some nice weapons. And give them a chef hat. Red bandana. Give them 2 blood leaf for cooking later. Cram. Couple of, 3 hub flour, that's fine. Give a Nuka-Cola. And a sugar bomb. And then all my junk. Wait a minute. Did I? Nope, I took it all back. Son of a bitch. There we go, store all junk. And this is actually one of the things where I like that time does stop. Because, almost any other time that you're in your Pip-Boy, time doesn't stop. But when you're in one of these cook station, chem station, weapon station, time does stop. And that's nice. So yeah, this went long, but in vanilla, if you choose to play vanilla and have no mods whatsoever, you can still go to a settlement that you are unaffiliated with, and as long as they have a cooking station or a chemistry station or a weapons station or an armor station, as long as they have one of those, you can offload all of your junk and anything else that you don't want to carry into the workshop. Even though, again, you aren't allied. And you don't even need to talk to them to start a quest. You can completely ignore these people and get into the workshop through a workstation. And I just thought that that was neat. So this went on longer than I expected, but I had to run away from that guy a few times. So I hope you found this helpful. I hope you may have learned something new. I mean, I actually did. I wasn't sure if this was an option in vanilla or if it was a mod. And if it was a mod, I had no clue what mod would have done it. So hopefully, again, you guys enjoyed this. Maybe I showed you guys something that you didn't know. And if you did know, damn, that good on you, because I wasn't positive. And remember, be excellent to each other and to yourselves, and party on. Thank you all for joining me. Bye.